Hello and welcome back to Factorio Pyanodon's PyBlock. We are in the little science hand-fed area. Everything is going box to box. We have some science packs backed up. So I think what I'd like to do today is see if we can get through a bunch of sciences. We'll get through some and see how we go. All right, so we have all these. And the one that caught my eye is Crusher, because it gives us this recipe here, 5 iron ore into 1 stone and 3 processed iron, and then 3 iron ore into 1 iron plate. So that is 5 to 3, 3 to 1. So that is a 5 to 1 ratio iron ore to iron plate, and I've got a feeling that at the moment we're not achieving that. Are we going to get a recipe out of this? I'm not sure. Okay, so that's 16, it goes down to 8. So this is an 8 to, let's see, I'm assuming it makes a single plate. 8 to 1, yeah. So we're going from an 8 to 1 to a 5 to 1, which isn't quite a doubling, but it is certainly better than a kick in the teeth, isn't it? So let's do this. What else is there? There is Petri dish, which seems to be the beginning of a load of confusing stuff. I'm not quite sure what this is the beginning of. We can make gas, which is good. Vacuum tubed electronics, so maybe this is the beginning of moving towards electronic circuits. Okay, we can apparently do things with moondrops and moondrop upgrades. So I'm not really quite sure. It feeds down to tanker ships eventually, but that's way ahead. So that's an interesting one. I'm not really interested in optics at the moment. We may need this. We need this for fish apparently, but I don't know what we need fish for. Sap, which is used in electronics. It looks like electronics is the next big keystone technology. So I guess electronics is what we're going to work towards. And here's tin processing. So that's new material. We have kerogen processing. Okay, so this lets us make shale oil. And I'm sure shale oil is very useful for something. Fluid pressurization. Now, from when I played Pyanodons ages ago, I remember having to pressurize some fluids to make them do anything. Soil washing, so this appears to give us as much muddy sludge as we can shake a hairy stick at. We are probably going to need muddy sludge at some point. But anyway, all right, let's start off with the Crusher. So how many techs did the Crusher require? 25, okay. So we need to keep this box fed so that we can produce 25 of these things. I will say that since you last watched me play, I've taken a week off. All this hand feeding gave me RSI in both hands, so I took a week off from Pyanodons to give my hands a chance to recover. All right, why is this so slow? Is it just that it is so slow? Yeah, I think it is just that it is so slow. So this takes, I don't know how long. I don't really want to make a second lab. In the long game, we are not going to be saturating more than one lab for quite a while. But don't know. Right, let's put one of those in there, and I'll grab some of these for handcrafting. There we go. Between episodes, I just scaled some stuff out. We've got some jobs we need to do, so we need to reinstigate our moss production because we are down to just a stack and a half of moss. I started to work on this landfill build just so that we have constant landfill production, which will, make it a bit easier to decide how we're going to build things. And I had to do a bit of rejigging here. We weren't getting enough fuel to run everything. But I think everything is running fairly smoothly now. I think we're okay. Yep. So we just need to get this running. And as I say, it's the lab speed which is holding us up. So I'll be back once this is completed. Okay, welcome back. I did put down a second lab just because the lab was taking so long to craft anything. We've just this second finished the research. So I think we can have a look at what machines we've unlocked. In the meantime, I'm going to start the next research going because things just take so long. So I think I'd like to do Petri dish because that one looks entertaining. Right, so what have we got? So under coal processing, we have the jaw crusher. That looks very nice. So this is the thing which crushes the ore, I guess. So let's get one of those. We have a new recipe from stone to brick. I'm a bit mystified by that because, as I understand it, we make brick by smelting stone. I don't know if there's a positive feedback loop there or something that can be exploited, but we seem to be awash with stone as it is, so I'm not quite sure. Okay, then we have stone into gravel. We have gravel into sand. Okay, so this lets us turn the stone ultimately into sand, which is, I guess that's useful because we have situations where we make lots of stone and some sand, but we need sand for some other product, so that's kind of good. And then this is gravel and water into saline water. That is an interesting one. So I don't know quite what we need saline water for. So I should probably say one of the ways that the PyBlock mods are very different from the vanilla ones is there are all these techs which you unlock which let you do stuff, but they often don't in and of themselves progress the game. You often need several of them. So you have something you'd like to do, like fully automating science production, whatever it happens to be. And you seem to need to unlock various techs to get that to happen. And there's no immediate benefit to unlocking them. So like with the jaw crusher, there's an immediate benefit where I can improve the efficiency of our iron production by nearly twice. Right, let's put one of these down and let's set, that's gravel, that's sand, stone from brick, iron. Okay, so this is the recipe. Now I'd like to have a look at the relative speeds to see if I just need the one crusher or if I need many. So this per minute. So this can process 150 ore per minute to produce 90 processed ore. This is making 210. Okay, so we, I think, can support 2 of these with what we have here. And I think because we'll be pushing the ore through a crusher, we can actually simplify the belt situation. So let's see. The other thing is I might be able to expand this out. So we're obviously not using... Let's double check. I'm not sure if we're using all of our mushrooms or not. So the mushrooms are backed up here. Are the mushrooms backed up here? Do we have any machines which are not... Yeah, we do. We have some machines which are not running. So we can definitely grow our iron ore production. So I think I'm going to scale this to 2 crushers. And then we'll... there may be some machines that don't quite run, but never mind. Alright, so... This is 150, isn't it? 150 raw ore. So 10 of these is 180. So 8 of them, 144. 162 for 9. So we're looking at 18 of these in total for 2 of these. So let's have a look. Let's make a second crusher then. Okay, so that requires some steel. And the jaw crusher here requires lots and lots of iron. Okay. There we go. And I think that is all we need. Right, so it started to become a little bit annoying constantly refueling the box fed setup, but never mind. This is running, this is running, this is out of planters. We're out of planters because we're out of empty planters. We're out of empty planters because we're out of brick. Okay. That's easy to fix. Good, and the bricks are not being currently smelted because... there. If this was an IT system, I would have the whole thing instrumented, so it would tell me what's going on, but that's obviously not where we're at. Alright, how else can I improve things? So, I think the first thing is to take 2 of these off this end. And you can go away. Alright. Then I'm going to take this crusher. Can I put the second one there? Yes, and these need electricity apparently. That's fine. Oh no. Oh yes, oh no. Yes, that's good. Okay, so then I think what I can do is, I don't know how many arms they are going to need. Looks like 3 is sufficient. It would be 3 to 1, wouldn't it, if it was going on ratios? Okay, then I think we can cut this. Okay. Then I think if we put this on the other side of the belt, I'm just going to handcraft a few more arms and collect this iron. Okay, so this is going on the other side of the belt. I'd like to say thank you very much to everybody who's been giving me really useful feedback about how to play the game. I've had loads of really genuinely helpful comments in the comments section, saying how to do things differently and pitfalls I might hit and so on and so forth. I've really been quite overwhelmed with the support I've had, so thank you. Right, so my plan is to put all the junk on the top. Okay, and then all the good stuff on the bottom. There we go. The difficulty I have with this is, obviously, I think maybe this will back up because we'll get the iron ore in. I think maybe I need an extra tile here, because I need the outputs to not jam on the inputs. So I think I really need the outputs going to a separate belt. Alright, let's see how else we can do this. If we move this over 2 tiles. Okay, and then we take all of this. Okay. And we'll put it back here just for the sake of ease. Alright. Cut these away. Right, now what if I brought this up? What if I brought it up one more tile this way? I've got a world of infinite space and I'm somehow managing to make this difficult. Alright, we don't need to do this belt side flip anymore. I can then move this machine one that way. Okay, can I put that? That doesn't reach. That's frustrating. Okay, I don't think it matters because we don't need to bring the belt the whole way. I'm really trying to avoid using underground belts. Ah, this then doesn't work because we don't have the... Okay, maybe we can make this work after all. If I move this down a tile, and I move this down a tile, then we can put our inserters here. Good. That can go down. Okay, and then we can have this with 3 of that. Now I'm probably going to fill up with ash, aren't I? So we'll dump some ash in ash boxes. Petri dishes are finished. Okay, what's the next thing? Soil washing. And our labs and everything, they're all still behaving. Let's check. This has no planter boxes. It has no empty planter boxes because it has no iron plate. Okay. So let's carry on moving this buffered ash. These bots are pretty awesome, but they can move bulk items that can't really be moved using normal bots. But then they do have a tendency to spam your inventory. Okay, and I think we can now move that over one. So this is going to clear all the ash off, which will keep this flowing. So these are full. Okay, and then a while back I had this. Now, what do I want to do with the stone? I think I can stick it on the same belt, actually. Okay, and we will check to see how well this keeps up with emptying things. Alright, this is now in the wrong place, so let's take it. Alright. This goes down here. Good. I'm just trying to get the final craft out of these furnaces, because obviously I have this ore left over that I want to get smelted down. Okay. And I think this can go now, yeah? We're going to need more smelters. So this recipe here, does it have to run... Okay, so steel has to run from iron ore. That's frustrating. So where can we shift our steel smelting? So it would be nice if I could put steel smelting in here somehow. Just to explain, there's the steel smelting recipe I currently have is from iron ore, not from pure iron. Let's see if there is an iron... Okay, so steel plate. Okay, so the recipe I currently have for steel plate is coke limestone iron ore. Then there is this one, molten steel, and then there's this one, molten steel. So how do I make molten steel? Okay, so there's a molten steel recipe that takes sponge iron takes molten iron. Let's see how far away these recipes are. Yeah, these all look like they are not things I'm going to be doing anytime soon. So there's steel 3, which is so far away. Yeah, so no, that's production science pack, which is like hundreds of hours away from me. Okay, so we need a better plan here for getting iron to steel. Iron ore to steel. Okay. And somehow this process has deadlocked. Yeah, it's deadlocked because we're taking away the ash here. Okay, so the whole ash plan is wrong, I think is what I'm coming around to. So I think what I need is an ash inserter which drops on the opposite side of the belt from the iron ore inserter. Okay. Alright, and then I think that's going to allow me to use belt splitter tricks to separate out. Okay, and I'm aware I don't have these inserters currently. How many do I need? 7. Currently I can make none. Okay. Good. This should get things moving. Let's manually slurp this belt. Okay, so is this working? We are getting... Oh, I've set these filters backwards. They're blacklisted rather than whitelisted. Never mind. I don't think that matters right now. Okay. One thing I can do, since I have a huge tub of ore, is we can... just for now, manually process that. Alright, so do we have any more iron smelted? We do. Good. Alright, and then I'm going to uncap this for now. Just to process through all that raw ore we don't need. Okay. And do we still need... sorry, I'm clicking on completely the wrong button here. We still need one more inserter to get all that going. Good. Oh, okay. And then we have a mess because we are putting this and the stone on the belt. Okay, I don't think that matters. I think I can cope with having some stone brick made. Although, maybe that is going to bite us in the proverbials later on. Alright, so let's filter this. Whitelist it, because I find blacklisting just so confusing. To... where is the... processed iron. Good. Okay. Then I need a couple more mechanical arms. And these aren't actually going to go there. These are going to be... for now, we're just going to box the stone. So let's set this filter to stone. we go, and it needs to be whitelisted. I wish there was a way to whitelist by default. Alright, and we can uncap this chest. Alright, so that will keep the process running. Alright, this doesn't... how well is this going? Okay, so this is... basically it can't output. Okay, these aren't able to get rid of their materials fast enough. So I guess we just babysit this now to try and get everything running at full speed. We need this to be emptying. Okay, so now we're getting ingredient shortage and low power. Alright, so... the number one way we can make power is to add a boiler. Sorry, steam engine. Okay, and that's 29 iron plate. We have 21 so far. I think, is this not set to steel? There we are. I must have unset the recipe somehow. 28 iron plate. Is that enough for a boiler? Yeah. So we had one earlier, but it got used up in crafting some other stuff. Alright, how is our science going? We don't have any science packs because we don't have any planter boxes because we don't have any iron. That's a recurrent thing, isn't it? These empty planter boxes. They seem to be the thing which is constantly out. We have plenty of these small parts. We have, for now, plenty of seaweed. Yeah, so that's all fine. That's doing its research again. Alright, so our boiler, steam engine. That can go there. And we can't make any power poles because we don't have logs. That's fine. We have plenty of logs. Let's make some more. There we are. Alright, that should fix our power problem. And we're just going to go around working out how many arms we need to add to get this. So this looks good, doesn't it? Ingredient shortage. Yeah, so let's add more input arms. That's 4. And is that enough? Okay, now we don't have enough output arms. It's just going to be whack-a-mole, isn't it? Finding out what the counts are. I think I'm going to add one more out and one more in each. I kind of need a 4th arm to make that work. There we are. Okay. So another there, another there, another there, another there. This looks like it's good. Okay, so we're actually backing up now. Is anything here putting ash on the belt? These don't produce ash, so no. This ash contraption is now no longer needed. These aren't running because they've got some legacy ore. Okay. So if I filter these to raw coal, there we go. This is going to be a really disgusting hack. So if you're not into really disgusting hacks, I suggest you don't look. Okay. These are going to be filtered to iron ore. Actually, I can do it like this. Yep. Okay, then this can come down here. Okay, and then how is ash getting on here? Where's it coming from? That's better. All right. Ash getting in places that ash shouldn't be. Okay, so can I... If I move that over... I'm just wondering if I can improve... No, I can't improve things. Right. I just need to make sure we're actually picking it up as quickly as it's being produced. Looks like it might back up. Yeah, I think I do need the third chest. Okay. So any overflow iron will get turned into steel. This isn't being provided for because we don't have enough of these things. I need 18 of them and I have 12. What are these things called? Atomizer Mark 0. So do we have an improved atomizer yet? Maybe I can't spell atom. Yeah, Atomizer Mark 0. So it looks like that's the only atom thing we currently have. Some research did finish, so let's have a look. We have empty Petri dishes, agar. I don't know if I flipped on that by accident. So these things here, so that's an interesting production chain. So we'll have a look at that probably next time. I think I'm going to call it here. So in between episodes, I'm just going to finish building out the new iron line. So we're going to add in the missing atomizers and all the arms to make them work, and we'll add in any extra smelters we need, and we will make sure that the steel does get some iron. But until then, thanks for watching. We've done a thing today, so please like, subscribe, tell your friends. Continue to send all the interesting messages in Facebook. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.